we have lots of people and probably not enough time. Sonnie in Arizona, you have the first question, and you are up with the legendary Cal Ripken of soccer, Kristine Lilly.
Awesome. All right. Well, it's a pleasure to be on here just in the presence of all of you, like just engaging and interacting. And we're all just like watching, living in your world. So we appreciate it. My question is, I think there's obviously so much that goes into maintaining the level of greatness that you guys maintained for years, right? And so I'm curious today, removed from that day-to-day grind that you may have been doing just at a different time in your life, what are you doing today to fulfill that mental, psychological space in your life?
It's a really good question. That's hard. And I think what I've realized, or maybe I just feel this way, that there's nothing comparing to playing. I've been coaching and, staying involved in the game, and I enjoy it, but I don't love it. I loved playing. And I think I loved playing because I loved everything that came with it, the training, to pushing myself to be whatever I can be. So now that I don't have that to play at the highest level, it's really hard to fulfill. And I spend my time, I just ran the Boston Marathon for the second time last year, and that gave me a great goal. And then I ended up qualifying, which was really funny. So I'm doing it again. And now I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can do this. But I think you need to find, I need goals. I need to set things up for myself. And I think I probably could do a better job than I am doing. But just juggling different things of coaching and being involved with the game with my kids. And then challenging myself when I do travel for appearances, and I get out of my comfort zone every time I do something, because I'm doing a lot of public speaking, and that's not something I always love. So always challenging myself to try to be better at that. So those are the new things that are, inspiring me to be better. And then obviously being a better husband, a wife, a mom, a friend, sister, all that stuff, those are the kind of elements that are fulfilling me now. But nothing, I haven't found anything yet. And maybe, that's all my character, that has fulfilled me as much as playing, because I did love it so much. And I truly loved what I was doing, but I loved the people that I was doing it with. And that's something, is so hard to find again.
I wonder... We've got Joe Jacoby on. Joe is an Olympic gold medalist, two-time Olympian. And Joe, I'm wondering, not to put you on the spot, but I am, is it the same for you? So you were really in a two-person sport and not a team sport. Has it been the same for you as Kristine described, and I'm sure Brandy would as well? And how weird is it that we have 3 Olympic gold medalists?
I think, I don't remember what your first Olympics were. Mine was 92, but I know we were teammates in 2004 in Athens. And I went to the finals in Athens. It was unbelievable. That game, a whole nother conversation.
Yes.
It was absolutely an amazing game. Brazil, right? That was the
overtime.
Final. Yeah, that was great. Anyway, Scott, to your question, I think also just about Kristine, your comment about finding challenge, and I think part of it is also, just me. It's a lesson in letting go. I think also it's like I have to let go of something in order to sort of like find a new vine to grab onto. Yep. And I think that's a really big part of it. And I think when you really explore like how much you're willing to let go, then you kind of you find some of these new perspectives. But I think that's just those are the words that come up for me, Scott. Letting go, and that's not easy when you've been a part of something successful. And Kristine, I love what you said also, because I just feel it. It's about the people, like that's it. And it's like, and even that, it's like we're meant to learn something through these processes. I believe. I think we're really meant to learn something, and then how do we know when that chapter of learning is over, and how do we let go of it in the right way that's respectful and feels right, even if it feels hard sometimes, so that we can be at our best to learn something new and different. That's just my 2 cents. I'm
Yeah,
actually
no, I
loving
love
it.
it.
I'm
Brandy,
loving this
how about you?
conversation. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Same
Scott, did you say
question. To Sonny's initial point about the transition from being a competitive player. How have you found kind of that next thing, or how do you find other things that motivate you?
Well, like Kristine, I mean, if I could play today, I would. I enjoyed it so much, and I think to Joe's point, the people are really the glue to keeping you there and to giving you purpose. But I also like what he said about, and I'm going to take this to heart. This lesson of letting go is really important, and it took me a long time to let go of being the player and trying to find something that could fill the gap. As Kristine's saying, she's looking for challenges, and it's hard to replicate what you experience as the player. But for me, coaching has definitely been something I'm interested in. I think we've had many conversations about my desire to coach our young national team players, and I hope one day that will come true. I continue to think that every day is a gift and a blessing and an opportunity. And so I have to, whether it's big or small, we don't have to win a world championship every day to be fulfilled. And I think it's really taking a moment of pause to recognize that parenting for me is the most important thing I can do. And some days I'm super good and some days I'm not so good. And so I'm trying to find my best parenting every day. And so that I can help my son be the best person that he can be in his future. So I'm taking every day as just a great opportunity to, whether it's looking at signs, looking at opportunities, looking at meeting people here with you, listening to Kristine, and being reminded of all the stories that we've shared, and that to me, and that it's okay that I don't have to have a gold medal hanging out in front of me as my purpose. I can find other reasons for doing things.
Awesome. Thank you for all three of you for sharing. So Sonnie, you got that was like a trifecta. Three Olympians,
wow.
Olympic
Didn't
gold
expect
medalists
that.
answering your question.